I had one that was nonfiction with Howard Publishing. Mm-hmm. They contacted me and wanted me to do a book called Hugs for Single Moms, which were fictionalized stories about single moms.
So these are actually short stories. That's the fiction. Yeah. Is it Hugs? Hugs for Single Moms. Yeah. So give me an idea of what kind of stories are these?
I just made them up. It was so...
But what happens, Melanie?
It was so interesting because I hadn't done any fiction at that point, although I studied it for years. And I went to the Santa Fe Screenwriters Convention for 13 years in a row. But so this editor from Howard Publishing called me and said, we would like you to do this book. And I said, sure. I said, now, do I find the moms to interview or do you give me the names? And she goes, it's fiction. And I said, now, how much did you tell me you were paying again? I can do that. I can do that. So that I had a 2-week deadline.
Good attitude for a freelance writer.
Yeah, I had a 2-week deadline. And I hand wrote those stories on a train trip.
Wow.
It was the most fun I've ever had in writing.
Well, that is an impressive and varied career. What's next?
Well, actually, I have several books that I'm under contract to do. I'm writing one right now for the man who was the chaplain for the Philadelphia Eagles. Mm-hmm. When he was a young man, he was a star football player, and everyone thought he would go professional and have a Super Bowl career, and he broke his back in a game. Mm-hmm. And so the end of his story is that he has a Super Bowl ring now that he went with the Eagles to the Super Bowl. So I'm doing a book for him, and then I'm doing a memoir for somebody else. So I've got several things lined up. But in the background that I don't talk about very much, I've actually started my first novel.
Oh, wow. Well, finish that up so I can have you back again to talk about that. Melanie, thanks for being on the podcast.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
That was a terrific interview. Thanks again to Melanie for participating. Let me say one more time, free book. Can I say it any louder? Free book. Just email me. Tell me you heard the podcast. Tell me which of the 9 Red Sneaker Writers books, 9 so far. I've written the 10th. It just hasn't come out yet. But tell me which of the 9 that you want, and I'll email it to you. Read it, and then get to work. This is a time when you are going to take your writing career forward. My email, once again, is willbern@gmail.com. That's WILLBERN@gmail.com. Website is williambernhardt.com. Please, if you're enjoying this podcast, post about it at Apple or wherever it is you get your podcasts, or feel free to email me because I always love to hear from people listening to the podcast. Until next time, keep writing and keep safe. And remember, you cannot fail if you refuse to quit.